Is salsa and bachata scene too cliquey? That is the topic of today. Hello, my beautiful subscribers. Rasa the dancer is here, and today we're going to talk about whether salsa and bachata scene too cliquey. Now, what does it mean too cliquey? You know, people clinging to one another or people clinging to something else, but is it too cliquey? That's what it means. So we're going to talk about it, but before we do, let me just quickly announce that in my podcast, The Rasa Show, which we have on this channel and of course on other podcast platforms, but on my podcast, we're going to have an amazing segment with this beautiful woman called Shireen, and she is a doctor. Now, you will hear more about her very soon and her credentials and stuff, but I thought how amazing it would be to introduce her to our podcast and actually talk about the health benefits of the dancing, skin, how it affects our skin, what are the things that we should do to be healthier, like little things. And then we're going to play some games with her and we're going to do little fun things. So I just wanted to announce that this is going to be happening. So make sure you watch out for the new podcast with Shireen and get your doctor fix. And now let's go back into the topic and let's discuss whether salsa and bachata is too cliquey. So first, I want to go and say the dance community is very tight. And I think that is different than the word cliquey. Now, why is the community so tight? It's because a lot of broken souls come to dance. A lot of people who may not have a lot of friends, or they're struggling with depression, or they just got divorced, or there's so many reasons, but there's a lot of broken souls. And so when a lot of broken souls come together and it's such a positive environment, the music is playing, the teachers are, teaching moves, how to touch each other in a nice, respectful way and dance. The bonds are built on top of being broken together and accepting each other for who we are, and then touching each other, and music is playing. So the community is super tight because of all of those aspects. And people make friendships that last forever. And we are all so different in the community as well, different ages, different ethnicities, different rich, poor, whatever. We're all so different, and most impeccable and extraordinary friendships build with people that you would never think in normal life would build just because of the dance connection. So the community is very tight. We look out for one another because it's such a safe space. We want to keep it safe. So whenever we see something bad happening, we try to protect our friends and not allow anything to go further than what it should. So yeah, community itself is extremely tight. And I think in a very positive way. Of course, there could be a little bit of weird stuff as well. It can be like a little bit like a cult sometimes. But you can escape it. You can escape it. Nobody's forcing you to dance. So that's the difference. But yeah, the community is super, super tight. All right. Another aspect is dancing definitely can be addictive. Now, there are people, a lot of people who dabble with dancing. So they go maybe once a week a class and maybe an event once a month. And great. Most of us, let's be honest, if we dance salsa bachata, at some point, something happens and we dance all the time. We go every weekend to a different event. We go to every congress, different countries. I mean, it goes crazy. All our friends are dancing friends. And when we go to birthdays, we dance salsa and bachata. When we have a wedding, the wedding dance is salsa and bachata. And it's so addictive. It's something about the positive vibes. And it's something about the learning the skill and then being able to do it. And then it's something about being with loads of people and it's kind of party feel. And yet it's safe and everybody does. I can't put my finger on it, but it's super addictive. People go crazy. People like go dancing more than I dance, and I dance a lot. Every country they visit, every congress, sleeping 4 hours a day, doing workshops all the time. Come on, guys. It's addictive. And then if you don't dance for a while, you get the shakes. And then also, you're addicted. If you go on a holiday, just normal holiday, and you're walking by a bar and you hear salsa bachata song and you literally turn around and you need to dance and you're looking at who's there that you could dance with, that's when you know you're addicted. Is that you cannot have a normal holiday and not dance salsa and bachata. Or if you go on a holiday but you take your dancing shoes just in case there is somewhere you can dance salsa and bachata, come on. It's addictive. Now, is it a bad addiction? I don't think so. I don't think so. If you think it's a bad addiction, comment down below. And let me know, how do you think this could be interpreted as a bad addiction? But I think in general it's a positive one, but it's definitely addictive. So the first few things that I talked about is to show you the difference, that they are addictive. They could be, very tight community, but it is not cliquey. But this now point, what I'm about to say, is definitely about clickiness per se. So we do have a lot of clickiness going on in the dancing scene, and that's usually between people. So there's few different things that I have observed through my career and my experience in dancing. Is one of the biggest ones, the cliques, is some students or some dancers like to be around better dancers or teachers. So usually if you are a better dancer or you're a teacher, you have all these privileges, of course, by promoters knowing you, and you getting in places maybe for free, and you most likely gonna know other good dancers because you're a great dancer yourself. So that happens. Usually you have a personality, so people are more drawn to you. You party, you know how to make people feel good if you're a teacher. So there's all those things, and so other people want to hang out with those people. It's normal. You want to be surrounded with good dancers. You want to be surrounded with people who are fun or whatever. But this is where it gets weird. When you cannot have a good time unless you're with those people, that's cliquey. I know so many, I'm not going to name names, but I know so many teachers that have like an entourage. And that entourage is basically people who follow them around. And they follow them around everywhere they go. And then, they're always there, and they would dance with them, and they would just hang out with them. And they completely forget that there's another group of people there that they could actually interact and dance. It gets to such a stupid point that other people who are outside that cliquey bubble, they look, and it looks weird because it's like as if they have their own little community and they forget that the rest of us exists. So it looks super strange. I don't appreciate it. I love to hang out with everybody. I love to dance with everybody. I like to get to know people. That's the fun for me. So I would never hang out in the corner with the cool people, like the teachers and the good dancers. I would hang out with whoever is there in front of me. You know what I mean? I would hang out with somebody who I find funny, with somebody who I enjoy spending time with. I don't need them to be the best dancers. And I will have my dances here and there with those best dancers. It's fine. But I don't seek out. This is not what I live for. And they're not interesting people for me. I'm looking for interesting people. And some dancers, just good dancers. That's all it is. They're not actually necessarily very interesting people. So for me, it's like it's a wrong perspective. So that clickiness, I really don't like. And the people who are in that bubble, who cling into, good dancer with another good dancer, I think it's sad. I think they're missing out. And a lot of the times they lose joy for the dance, of what the dance is really about. And a lot of the times also, this is what is interesting to me. Some people who are the cliquey people, Like they're the people who would always search that group, you know, the good dancers, and always hang out only with them. Those people, a lot of the times, don't know that they're the cliquey people. You know what I mean? So they're clicking, but they don't know the clicking. And, you know, who am I to go there and to say, you know, you're the cliquey, you're the click person. It's not my place, but it's strange, don't you think? Think about it. The cliquey person doesn't know he's clicking to another person. So, but that's for me, that's the, sometimes can be negative in our scene, because a lot of people feel like the good dancers, they come together and they don't share the passion for love anymore with the rest of us. Not everybody, but it's just those certain bubbles. And that's the sad part. You know, we want everybody to feel included. So if you're a good dancer and you share your personality and your love for dance and your skill set with others, it's a nice thing to do. But yeah, that's for me the clickiness of it all. What happens in those bubbles, that's kind of like the worst. Thank you guys for watching. Seriously, I was just thinking to myself how much I enjoy making these videos, and it makes me so happy that you watch them and supporting me and also contributing, and that's the fun as well, like reading your comments and stuff. So hopefully you can contribute to this video as well, and let me know if you know any of the cliquey people. Or is there something about the clicking in the salsa bachata community that I haven't mentioned that you came across and you would like to share? That would be awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And also make sure you subscribe, of course. If you're watching these videos, if you watch more than one, you should be subscribing, okay? And like the video as well. Now I'm gonna leave you with other videos about the dancing scene, so make sure you check it out, about the people, how they behave on the dance floor. Make sure you have a look, and let's keep on communicating. See you soon, guys. Mwah.